Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Retro Monday, where today, in light of The Amazing Spider-Man coming back to theaters, we'll be taking a look at none other than The Amazing Spider-Man for the Xbox 360. So without any further ado, let's swing on into it. So unlike the previous movie tie-in games that we played, this game takes place like after the plot of the first film, whereas, when we played Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, it was pretty much, the film, but some extra tidbits added here and there. This is more like The Amazing Spider-Man 1.5 instead of The Amazing Spider-Man film. You can definitely tell that this was kind of the era where movie tie-in games were starting to disappear, as I don't believe that any of the actors from the film actually reprised their role within this game, which is a shame. As one of these games typically have their film counterpart or their film actors in it, it really does feel like you are continuing the story, and if I could jump, that would be great. But the times they are changing. At least at this point, we were still getting movie tie-in games. I mean, now I don't think there are any. Like, it's almost like a dead thing. It's kind of a shame. They were kind of fun. I guess the closest thing we've had to one, within the past few years would have to be that Guardians of the Galaxy game that Square Enix made. And even that isn't really a tie-in game. It's an original work, but it's as close as you can get, I guess. So the one main thing about this game is the combat and how a lot of people seem to compare it to that of the Arkham series, and at this time, the Arkham games were like reigning supreme when it came to hero beat-em-ups, so I could see why, and at this point, you can see, literally, there are finishers, you got score multipliers. That's something that they dabbled with in Spider-Man 3, but not to the extent that it is in this game. And now we're just working our way through the very, 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 very long and tedious, tutorial level, as that's where everything... That's where everything's got to begin. Because we can never just get right into the gameplay. So basically what happened up until this point is that Gwen got infected, and now they are trying to figure out an antidote for the cross-species virus that, has come up because of Dr. Connor's research. This game is pretty interesting as it follows the events. It's kind of like 28 days, something like that, where as you progress through the story, you can actually see the total amount of the population that are infected with this cross-species virus. So as you can see on the side of the screen there, it does say that the infected population is about 125 people. Not that big right now, but as we know, infection tends to grow exponentially, so that 125 can easily turn into a couple thousand in a matter of hours. Now this was another point of quarrel with some people, is that the web swinging in this game didn't feel as good, and that's because, you're so tight behind Spider-Man, it just doesn't feel as grandiose as it did in, say, Spider-Man 2 or, the PS4 Spider-Man. I mean, it's okay. In my opinion, I feel like it gets the job done. Sure, is it a little less satisfying? Yeah, but that's okay. It looks like apparently we're going after Captain America now, so that'll be fun. Oh, and it's in the other direction. So this is actually one of the cross species that were shown in a cutscene earlier. We skipped those just to help a little bit with the pacing of the videos. And of course, you're amazing, or your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man comes in to save the news reporter, and she just is there kissing her microphone and has nothing to report on past that. Oh, and of course, because, this came out, in around 2012, 2013, so, the game's gotta have 1,000 QuickTime events, because what is a game of that era without QuickTime events? Oh wow, I didn't know that you could just keep going on one web. I thought you could almost infinitely do that. That'd be kind of funny. You just have Spider-Man spinning around in a circle. Now that would be a sight. Imagine if you were just walking around New York City and you see Spider-Man in an infinite circle, swinging around like a wiffle ball. I think it's a wiffle ball. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. The wiffle ball is the ball on a string or whatever people used to play with outside, when people used to go outside. You do have to say, oh, I think I'm dead. Am I dead? Nope, I'm about to be though. Oh boy, come on. I like how Peter goes kind of Matrixy there, where he's like side dual wielding his web shooters. And there we go. Mr. Big Boy is down. And he still has no butt. They give you all these butt angles, but Spider-Man just has no ass in that onesie. Now, another interesting thing with the story of this is it kind of jumps between different points in time, where the first couple loading screens, you're listening to Dr. Connors and Peter talking, and now it's going to cut to the point where we actually are talking. as we're about to bust Dr. Connors out so that he can hopefully deal with this cross-species virus. Now this is going to be the mission that really feels like the Arkham games, as we are now busting out of an asylum. I wonder if that was almost intentional. They were like, you know what, Arkham's pretty big at this point in time, and now we're building a game that's got combat similar to the Arkham games. Let's just really rip it off and put an asylum level in there. All right, let's web zip up there and go beat up some thugs, shall we? Or are they even thugs? I would guess that these are more mentally ill people, but all right, whatever. Beat them up anyway. I do have to give it that. The combat in this game is really quite enjoyable. It's so fluid. Like, the animations just kind of flow into one another, and like, you could just look at, like literally, you're just like, You're just this, what is it? Not really a ballerina, but you're doing kind of like this very nice dance of just complete and utter destruction. Let's go ahead and throw a dumpster at them, shall we? That's what we do. People are armed. We throw a dumpster at them, and then we shoot them with our nice web. There's nothing more to that. Don't look into that too closely. Believe me, everything here is fine. Ooh, now we're gonna have our GoldenEye moment where we're gonna take this guy out while he's using the toilet. There you go. God, imagine if you just walked into the bathroom and then you just saw a guy webbed up on the floor. I would say there's definitely a few questions I'd have for that guy. Another interesting thing that you can see on this is as you do battle, you can kind of see the damage that his suit's kind of accumulating. So I'm guessing that if you were really getting beat up good, you would have like bits of your suit missing. Maybe like towards the end of the game when you're fighting the final boss, you could potentially have, you know, like a Spider-Man 2 moment or Spider-Man 1 moment where half of his mask is missing. Ooh, and now we got guys with guns, and that'll spice things up a bit. Let's just web zip over to him. Hello, sir. Would you like a little bit of web action? Yes, you would. Stay down now. Good lad. God, there are a lot of destructible items or throwables in this game. They're like scattered all over the place, and everything is just one button. You don't have to worry about aiming it or anything. You just hit the button and it kind of does it himself. Let's just keep throwing everybody. Let's keep throwing everybody with the legs. That's what we do here. Oh, now we're on a 12-hit combo. FYI, I'm Spider-Man, the achievement. Perfect time for that. All right, now we're here. We get to escape with Dr. Connors, and hopefully he's, you know, got some time to think about his life choices while he was locked up in this asylum. And he wants to actually help us and not just get out and, you know, get a cheeseburger, get some decent food. So if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like and subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes of Retro Monday. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.